Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. Are we on now?
Yeah.
And welcome back to the Real Estate Rant. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, and to my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez. How are you, sir?
Good.
Yes. And to my northwest here,
Our beautiful co-host,
Miss Lisa Lombardi. How are you, Lisa?
Thank you.
Are we picking her up there, Mr. Pantalones? Thank
Can
you, sir.
you hear me?
Oh, now I can. Thank you. Miss Lisa, give us a call, 855-693-4897. You can email us at realestaterantradio@gmail.com and ask any questions. Beefs, if you happen to have a problem in real estate, we'd love to answer your question. That is at 855-693-4897. We are also proud supporters here at AGR and Associates and the Real Estate Rant of Michael Aguilar and Associates and Stroke Awareness. You can reach Michael Aguilar at www.strokeawareness101.com. And also, if you happen to call in, you can get a $25 gift card to Steven's Steakhouse. They have great pastrami's there, right? Okay. If you happen to call in, compliments of Carlos Cruz and the Pico Rivera City or Chamber of Commerce. I do apologize. And in studio today, we do have a great show in store for you. We have a esteemed guest of the community, Mr. Joe Ramos. Did I say that correctly?
Thank you.
Yes,
Welcome,
yes.
Mr. Joe.
Yeah. Welcome
you
to the
doing?
show. Welcome to the show. We're doing great, sir.
Great.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing fabulous.
Right on. Okay. So during the show, we will try to answer your questions. If you can, give us a call, 855-693-4897. And if you email us at realestaterantradio@gmail.com, we'll try to get your questions at later shows. And Alonso usually takes care of that. What did we get this week, sir?
This week's question comes out of Newport Beach, and it's from Stephanie, and it reads, hello, can I build a house on a lot before I buy this land? There's a trailer park on it. Is it building restricted on this land? How can I find out?
Wow. There's a lot of unknowns on that question, but you want to take that one, Alonso? Or?
Well, I believe that first of all, you'd have to visit your local county, city building and planning department, and then they should be able to tell you, answer mostly all your questions and give you an outline of what can be built and, give you all the offsets there. Also, you want to call a title company like my lovely assistant here, co-host Ms. Lombardi, and,
what would title do, Lisa?
Well,
what could we find out with title?
Well, we would have to run, a whole, chain, and we would have to run a prelim on it.
the prelim, and
Yeah.
then right there you get all the CCNRs and make sure what you can build, and for those who don't know what CCNRs are, covenant conditions and restrictions. And then it would tell you more or less what you can build on it and what you can't.
Yeah, well, the big gray area on this one is that she wants to build on a piece of land that she doesn't own.
She wants to buy the land. She wants to buy the land to build on it.
Okay, this
As
is the way you read the question, I
understand.
think, right?
Yeah,
So she wants to buy the land and then build on it. Okay,
So
I see.
it's primarily what are the first steps you got to take on building and finding out if the land is actually how can I say, if it's zoned for whatever she wants to build on it. If it's a commercial property or a residential property, then I think city planning is the first thing I would go.
Can I help you with that?
Yes, sir,
Absolutely.
Mr. Ramos,
I've
absolutely.
done plenty of those. One of the things that I tell the investor or buyer of that land is if he wants to buy it or she wants to buy it, do it on a contingency that they go to the city and check and see what they could do and what they cannot do. What are the restrictions also? Because
Absolutely.
that's the first thing I would do.
Exactly. You don't want to get stuck with a piece of land that
Yeah.
you're not able to build anything on it, and it's going to be sitting, and then you're going to have to try to pull a fast one on your next buyer and not disclose what you can build on it, because
and if I can interject there real quick, Alonso, to the listener, you can actually do some of that investigation before you get under contract, but you're also pretty much required as a buyer, and we say this a lot on the air, it's a term called caveat emptor, and the French pronunciation or translation of that is buyer beware. Yeah. So you can also do your investigations during the contract, and I would say then is the time to get a professional involved, especially the city, in terms of getting that information. So absolutely do your investigations on a vacant piece of land before you build on it, because
and the
that's
best part
that's a
of
big chunk of change, right?
and the best part of it when you do go to the city planning and the city planning department, it's all absolutely free. You're not gonna waste a dime on it, for them to give you information on it.
Just a lot of time, and you spend like hours sitting in
But
the.
I
worth
mean,
it. It's worth
It
it,
is
though.
worth it.
It's
They
worth
give you
it if
that,
you're
that little
gonna-
meat ticket,
It's worth it.
well, number 97, what? Right on.
I could say something about that. Quite a while back, this investor bought a vacant land in Glendora.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Up in the hills, gonna build a beautiful house with a swimming pool and the whole bit. Bought it. Went to the city after he bought it without a contingency. And the city said, you cannot build anything in the backyard because we have underground pipings.
Ooh, okay.
yeah.
Hey, Joe, now in terms of all that, okay, there was a listing process probably on that piece of property. Wouldn't that be a matter of disclosure now from the seller?
Well, the title companies could really pinpoint where these pipes are, okay? And I use title companies to do that when I used to do
Would it be title or NHD?
the title
Oh,
companies.
the title
about
company
them.
can
Yes,
tell you that stuff?
yes.
Okay. You know what's funny about that? I never knew that. We talk about learning something at every show. I just learned something right now. I had no idea that they have where the pipelines go through under the underground
Not
stuff.
exactly, but they could tell you approximately where they are.
So it's a matter of disclosure
Right.
at that point.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So he probably signed a title acknowledgement with the escrow when he bought the place, right? So it gets escrow off the hook. But he just bought a place now and he can't do anything with
He
it.
can't do anything with it. So
And the
that's-
buyer can disclose on it if they don't know, or the seller can
Yeah.
disclose on it if they don't know if it exists. So
buyer, it's your
Yeah.
own risk. Do your inspection.
Caveat emptor, folks. Buyer
Yeah.
beware. Yeah, right on. Give us a call at 556934897. And what other question did we get there, Mr. Alonso?
this other question comes out of Holly out of Diamond Bar, and it says, "Are listing on some of the website deliberately misleading regarding the price and condition?" It says, "I've been advised that there are amazing homes on many sites for under $10,000. There was a house listed; it was shown for sale for 32. The pictures were not of a knockdown. And then another listing I inquired around the same price turned out to be a rental. Isn't false advertising illegal?"
Boy,
Well, God, I would think so. God, where's that house at?
truth in advertising. Well, let me ask you a question. Is this Detroit, Michigan?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know. Where's
really?
32,000. I mean, that's
Yeah, it sounds like it's very false advertising. And then the first rule of thumb, if it looks too good to be true, that probably it's not true.
well, kind of like what we talked about on the show is it's always wise to consult with a real estate agent, because a real estate agent is licensed with the state and quite frankly shouldn't be able to give you false information. So you can verify all that information. There's also other sources of information like a title company that you can go to, or just simply public record. you know?
And not only that, I don't recommend I get a lot of calls sometimes too from people, "Oh, your house was listed on I don't want to say the names, but then they're already old listings. It's old listings that are closed and they're still on showing as listed. I mean, that's why my opinion is best to talk to a realtor. They get viable information from the MLS and it's all current and it's updated constantly, because we are restricted from doing several things, and we have to constantly update our listings.
there are rules.
Exactly.
There are
So
rules we
and
gotta follow.
regulations.
Well,
We
that's
have
why
to
it's so
rule.
important to have a realtor, because they're a professional and they're going to, if you get with a realtor, they're going to keep sending you what's on the market that day.
I'd like
You-
I'd like to meet one.
You
Well,
know,
maybe at
you
AGR
know what,
Associates.
you know what caught my eye today, Alex, is now that before there was the guerrilla marketing where you see people posting signs, we buy homes, and
Oh, yeah.
for
we
cash.
buy ugly houses cash.
For cash.
Today it caught one that caught my eye. It says, "I'll buy your house cash, no realtor involved, and you save your fees." I'm like, wow, now they're
Well,
even want
great.
to cut us off on that now too.
Well, the thing is that what are they when you say no realtor, what are they really cutting themselves out of? And that in my view is disclosure.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
you throw them in the escrow, and just like this gentleman
Yeah.
that bought this property in Glendora, right, and now he can't build on it. They really am cutting themselves off at the knees, because the California disclosures are there for a reason. They're a protection mechanism for the consumer. Don't cut those people out.
Well, that's very true. Sometimes there's people think that we just get paid large commission for doing nothing.
Well, exactly.
But
Well,
it's,
they never see what you guys are doing behind the scene. They don't know what you're doing. I
Yeah,
mean, it's a
yeah.
lot of hours.
And there's a way of doing that. You get, telling your sellers, selling your knowledge on a listing presentation. I teach
absolutely,
that,
absolutely.
Yeah,
and it really works.
which brings us
Absolutely.
to Mr. Joe Ramos.
Oh,
Joe,
am I here?
Yeah, yes, sir. No, absolutely. Actually,
Okay.
the first segment we usually take on some other things.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, Alonso, are we doing the fun facts today?
Actually, we are. We have real estate fund trivia, and the question today for the fund trivia is, what does abbreviation of PITI stand for?
Okay, so that's our fun trivia for today. What is the abbreviation or acronym for PITI? Mr. Pantalones, can we throw up the design deals, please, sir? Every week we do a $25 gift card to compliments of Carlos Cruz, a $25 gift card to Steven's Steakhouse, compliments of Carlos Cruz and the Pico Rivera's Chamber of Commerce. And there we have it, sir. There is a multiple choice. We can, if you give us a call, 855-693-4897, you can pick one of those particular ones. And what was funny, one week we got 2 wrong answers, right? So no gift cards.
Didn't
And,
we do that one
I was
last
just
week? Alex?
last week. It was last
We
week.
we did, but did we? I don't remember answering
we
it.
I
actually
did.
answered it.
We answered
Did
it.
we answer it?
we
Yes.
answered it.
Okay, well, I don't have another one. So what was it, Lisa? What
It was the Pit House.
it was a
the
pit
pit
house.
house,
Okay,
yeah.
and I kind of remember it now. That I remember.
Now,
So,
you've been
my apologies for that.
you've been
Yeah,
told us they had like a little basement on it or something like that on there, or
yeah, Mr.
wait.
Pantalones was wise enough to put the answer up there.
Those are the ones that are 10,000.
those were the 10,000
Yeah, that was
ones
the
that-
$10,000 one.
Yeah,
That
those
was
are
in the ad.
plenty
right?
of those out there.
That looks like about $1,000.
So
I don't know.
speaking
Other
of
10.
I know.
speaking of knowledge, we do have an advocate joining us today, and let me say an esteemed advocate for knowledge and trust. And Joe and I had some extensive conversation concerning what he purports to be a good real estate way of running your business. And I happen to be an avid learner from Mr. Joe, as well as in really a lot of agreement.
We'll be right back. Don't touch that mouse. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more real estate rant.
Real Estate Rant and AGR Realtors are proud supporters of Michael Aguilar and Associates, advocates for stroke awareness and integrative healthcare.
In February 2012, I suffered a stroke due to high blood pressure. I was rushed to the hospital where I was admitted for the next 30 days. I was initially told I may have to stay in the hospital for about 3 months, but I made rapid improvements in my recuperation and continued to improve to this day.
When Michael left the hospital, he did not have insurance to cover his rehabilitation, so he focused on integrative healthcare to get better. At the end of 2013, seeing a need for stroke awareness, Michael started his own company, Michael Aguilar and Associates, to focus on creating awareness about the dangers of high blood pressure and stroke.
If you would like more information, please call me at 562-464-7297, or you can visit my website at www.strokeawareness101.com.
Michael Aguilar and Associates, creating awareness and saving lives one person at a time.
Do we have your attention? When it comes to tequila, 2 things matter: heart and passion. Never compromising integrity for mass production. Number 1 Tequila delivers the goods. Taste the heart and passion of Mexico in every bottle. We make it right. We make it fun. Superior tequila. There's only number 1. There's only number 1. There's only number 1.
Been in an accident? Then you need your vehicle professionally repaired. That's exactly what you get when you bring your vehicle to Greg's Auto Body Repair. 3 quotes within minutes. We will provide everything you need for a hassle-free auto body repair, from an accurate estimate to working with your insurance company. We will get your vehicle to its pre-accident condition as soon as possible. Greg's Auto Body has been serving Los Angeles County and local cities since 1970. Call us at 562-789-1300.
A home is the biggest investment in most people's lives. Buying or selling should be a positive experience.
Whether you want to be a wealthy real estate investor or just trying to find a place to call home, at AJR and Associates, we focus on the client's needs.
We understand the market better than most. Let us bring the value to you and make the right choice.
AJR and Associates, making your dream house a reality. Call us today for a free consultation at 562-882-1976. Or you can log on to www.hrrealtors.com.
With a track record of great results, bringing knowledge, wisdom, and expertise to you. Hablamos español. Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And we are back here at the Real Estate Rant. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, and to my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
A man of many talents, may I add?
Yeah, where we have no talent, but we know a few things about real
Just a
estate.
few, just a few.
Also joining us in studio, our new esteemed co-host, Miss Lisa Lombardi with Chicago Title. How
Our
are you, young
beautiful
lady?
Lisa Lombardi.
Thank
May I
you
add.
very much. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Right on, right on. And in studio today, I was mentioning before the break that we do have an esteemed guest in studio today, Mr. Joe Ramos. He is a trainer and real estate broker and semi-retired, I think. I always enjoy listening to his seminars, and he always talks about his time is now belongs to his wife. So
You're right.
Kudos to the wife.
You hear that, Cheryl?
I don't. Oh, there you go, Cheryl. Okay, right on. Mr. Ramos joins us today with a message, and that is knowledge and trust.
And it's Ramos. You're not rolling the R's.
There,
Like, we had that problem when we
Ramos.
first. It's Ramos.
I'll let you say it.
Ramos.
So I'm not-
Mr.
you know,
Joe Ramos.
Spanish was my first language, but believe it or not, se me soltó la lengua aquí en la escuela aquí en
He
Estados
moved to
Unidos.
he moved to Orange County. That was a problem.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly the problem. I went to school here in the U.S. and I lost my Spanish.
Yeah.
I understand every word, but quite frankly, my Spanish is not all that great. I can hold my own when it comes to a conversation, especially when it comes to writing contracts and what have you, because
Right.
I do that a lot. But I'll tell you, when it comes to rolling R's and stuff like that, I always get the flag from my broker, right? So and mainly because his last name is Rodriguez, right?
Maybe
So-
because I'm homegrown in East LA. That's why.
So Joe, real quick, give us a short little synapse of yourself, sir, and how you got started in real estate.
Well, I'll tell you, back in 1967, my wife and I got married. 66, I'm sorry. And we bought a house in Santa Fe Springs
Oh wow, okay,
for $13,000. Okay?
which is probably a lot of money at that time, huh?
Wow.
The real estate agent that sold me the house, it was the broker of the company and first cousins to my wife. So after we bought the house, he tells me, Joe, you would be good, awesome in real estate sales. I says, really? You mean I got to wear a suit and all this other stuff? And he says, Joe, it's easy. Real estate is easy. You're a natural salesman. I says, okay.
Well, what'd you do before that, Joe?
Oh, before that, I used to be a salesman for a bookbinding place. That's where I met my wife. That's where they replace the covers on books and what have you. So I worked that for a while. I went into the service. I came out. I met my wife at work and got engaged, got married, bought a house, and that's where my real estate career started. But I'll tell you what happened. I got my license and a box like this. My broker told me, go get him. I said, go get who? You see these cards here? You see these cards here?
Just like a
Go-
broker, huh?
It was
Go tell everybody you're in the business.
throw him in the pond and let him swim. We'll find out how to swim.
Pass them out. So I started door knocking with my card. Second door I knocked, lady said to me, you know, young man, I was young once. I don't want to buy anything you're selling. And matter of fact, go back to where you came from.
Wow.
It didn't bother me. I said, wait a minute. I was born in California. Where does she want me to go? I really was confused. But you know what? I went back the following week. She became my best friend. Have you ever met somebody in the neighborhood that knows everything that's happening in the neighborhood?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
when
yeah.
you get home late, they pick up the blinds and they look
I
and
think
see.
that's Lisa in her neighborhood actually.
well. Anyway, she became my friend, and she gave me a lot of referrals. But before that happened, my broker called me in, which is my wife's cousin, and says, "Joe, you're not going to make it in real estate." I said, "Really?" He says, "Might as well go back to where you came from. Again, go back to where you came from, right?"
Was that the same gentleman that told you were going to do well in real estate? It was a different guy.
It's the same one.
Same guy. Okay.
Yeah, but it took me about 8 months to do something. Okay? Now I went home and I told my wife what Jim had told me, and my wife asked me, "What are you going to do?" I says, "Well, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to quit real estate. Never started. But you know what? I went to the bathroom and I looked at myself and I said to myself, I could be the best salesman, real estate salesman around." Okay? I bought that book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That really turned my life around.
Love that book.
Yeah. So after that, I started selling. It didn't stop. It just kept going because I was out there knocking on doors. I was out there for sale by owners, expired listings. I joined my reunion class. I got a lot of buyers and sellers from my reunion class because I was the MC sometimes. Okay. And it just started. It started.
The trickle effect. Huh?
Yeah, but you know what? What in the world is that?
Dude, we have a few sound effects, Joe,
Okay.
that go along with what they're saying.
What's happening right now with our real estate industry is a lot of realtors don't have the knowledge and they don't want to work hard. Everything is done by email. Everything is done by, phone calls and what have
Texting,
you. Yeah, texting.
Yeah.
All this.
Facebook.
And you asked me once, what's missing in our industry? Well, number one, knowledge. Number two, the personal touch and trust. Are you aware that a lot of consumers don't trust real estate agents right now?
Oh yeah.
Why is it?
Well,
Go ahead, Lisa.
I would think is because either they've experienced it themselves or someone that they know, and especially what happened when what was it back in 2003 to 6 or 7, a lot of people lost their homes. They
Because of those loans.
right? Because of those loan officers, LOs, and I think it really put a bad taste in the consumer's mouth.
You're right. What I think has to be done is realtors have to gain their trust from the consumers again.
And that goes back to lack of information and knowledge because
Yeah.
I mean, if those actually loans like the stated income programs and the option arms, they were great programs if you knew how to use them. If you were an investor and you knew you had to get out of that loan, you would get out of it right away.
Okay.
Now they gave those to people who didn't really qualify, didn't understand the loan. When it adjusted or when it the
right.
price went up, then they were all
But look
shooken
at
up.
what kind of loan reps they had. Every Super Bowl, I used to have a party in my house. I don't have them anymore because I'm asleep by the time it starts. Okay? So I had a gentleman come to my house late. And I said, "Hey, how come you're late?" "Oh, I'm closing a big deal. I'm gonna make about $20,000. I said, "What did you do?" "Oh, I'm doing a loan for a client." I said, "What kind of loan are you doing? Is that one of those adjustables that in
option
18 months,
arms?
yeah, that's gonna go up?" He says, "Yeah." "Did you disclose that to them?" "What for? I'm not gonna see him again."
Well, and that
That's
goes
what
and
we
that
had.
goes back the agents that were getting those large commission on those loans. They were they took advantage of that of
Right.
that concept of getting high commissions and not disclosing them.
Right. I agree.
And that's why
Okay.
we're in our mess today, though, too. I mean,
It is. We got to get back to the consumer trusting the realtors. And I think a lot of realtors are doing that right now.
And that's one of the purpose of our show. We do this show to ensure that the public trust and
Yeah.
try to gain the confidence back of our listeners, our consumers that they're still honest agents, especially those that are come from a firm like AGR and
There
Associates.
there is still
There
honest
is, there
agents.
is.
But I've heard this a lot too, is that honest agents don't make it in the business. I heard that a lot from other agents. But to kind of go back to what we were talking about a little bit, there was a scandal in 1989, okay, that actually fueled some legislation. It was called FREA. It's a Federal Institution Reform and Recovery Enforcement Act of 1989. It was during the SNL scandals of that time.
Right.
The laws were already in place
Right.
for all the stuff that we're dealing with now in terms of the HVCC, in terms of licensing, in terms of all those laws were in place. They just were not being enforced. See, that's the difference between what was going on. So when we talk about unscrupulous loan agents and or real estate agents and or appraisers and
Or
lenders,
lenders.
well, yeah, right.
Yeah.
They were simply finding loopholes in the system
Right.
to make more money for themselves. And those regulations are still in place today, and now they are being enforced, and now we're seeing the disclosures, and now we're seeing the licensing, and now HVCC came about and actually has gone away since then.
Right.
And so these are things that the consumer, quite frankly, you could Google it and find this stuff out yourself.
Yeah.
So this is where now these lenders are coming back and saying, well, Mr. Consumer, you knew all this stuff was going on. You knew this stuff was going on. That's their defense. Like, you did it to yourself, kind of thing. And so, yeah, so we have to take a position to empower ourselves and use those protection mechanisms that are already in place. So I can't sit here and point the finger at a loan officer, hey, it's shame on you,
No.
because quite
Starts
frankly,
from the top.
that's where it starts in terms of enforcement, but also the consumer has their part to play in the whole thing.
Well, I think it's like anything. I mean, I've been going through a lot with my father with cancer, and you go to one doctor and the doctor says one thing, and then you go to another doctor, and you have to be your own advocate about what you have, the disease.
Absolutely.
It's the same thing when it comes to real estate.
And-
You
and-
have to
and
be
what
an
do-
investigator.
And what do they always say? You have to get 3 opinions.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Right? Three
For
opinions.
sure. But
There
I
you go.
But I think too, as a consumer, whatever that you're doing or whatever profession is, that you should be doing your own investigation as well too. What's really sad though is that sometimes you trust your own family member, you trust your friends, people that referred, that you're hoping that this person is going to put you down that right road too.
And this kind of brings me to what Joe's message is here, is that knowledge. So so let's say that you get
Absolutely.
referred to a brother or sister that's a real estate agent or whatever the case is, but they just became a real estate agent.
Yeah.
And they really don't have the knowledge, really.
They don't.
They have the license, but they don't have the knowledge.
Well, hopefully.
Give me one sec, Joe.
Yeah,
We'll be
go ahead.
right back, Joe. Hold your
Again?
thought. Stay tuned. We'll get back to more real estate brand.
It's one thing to own a business, it's another to promote it. That's why thousands of business owners rely on Monster Marketing Group. Design, print, mail, custom mailers, all for as little as 29 cents delivered. That includes postage. Send to a neighborhood, zip code, or an entire city. With just a simple call, 888-49-MONSTER, you can easily promote your business, sales, events, grand openings, send coupons, and much more.
Your mail delivers in as little as 5 days. No dealing with the mailing list or paperwork. Monster Marketing does all the heavy lifting. Get started now by calling 888-49-MONSTER or go to monsterng.com.
Monster Marketing Group, we deliver, we give you results, we can prove it.
Hello, this is Steve.
Hey Steve, it's Angela. Just wanted to see if you want to go out to lunch today.
I can't right now. I'm trying to find a company to build my website. The guy I was working with vanished and he won't return my calls.
Hey, you should call Infuse. They've helped our company with our website and it came out great. They've been around for almost about 20 years. They have great service and they're very knowledgeable.
I don't have a big budget though. You think they can still help?
Sure, I saw their portfolio. They work on all types of projects.
Is this one of those overseas companies that only communicates through emails? I want to see someone face to face to show them what I want.
Not at all. They're just down the street from you. Give them a call at 562-450-4512.
What's that number again?
562-450-4512. You can visit them at their website at infuse.com.
The The experts know that for pastry, Baker's Bodega has it all. Exclusive brands like Westco Bankmart, Satin Ice, and Pastry Pride. One-on-one day seminars for cake decorating and gelatin art. So for our service, wide range of ingredients and supplies, and for the low prices, Baker's Bodega has it all. But you don't need to be an expert. Baker's Bodega, 7869 Paramount Boulevard in Pico Rivera. Come, we're waiting for you.
It's hot out here. I need a drink. Have a mucho macho michelada.
What's a michelada?
Michelada is a Mexican Bloody Mary made with beer. All you have to do is get bucket-sized michelada, open it up, pour it in your favorite beer, and you're good.
What if you don't like beer?
You can use it in lemon lime soda, vodka with lime, or tequila with lemon lime soda.
Sounds delicious. Where do you find it?
You can find it at your favorite store, or you can go to muchomachomichelada.com.
Find us on Twitter and Facebook.
What's up, guys? Sports Guru
And Bud Knocker.
from the Sportscast, Wednesdays, 12 to 2 Pacific on Rant Radio Network.
We got everything you need to know about sports. We got all the latest video highlights. We got You Got Knocked the Fuck Out. We got Bonehead of the Week. We're talking sports, drinking beer, and having a good time.
If you missed the show, go to rantradionetwork.com and listen on demand. So check us out every Wednesday, 12 to 2 on Rant Radio Network.
Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And we are back here at the Real Estate Rant, top of the hour, here on a warm Wednesday afternoon. Thank you for joining us here. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, and to my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez. Joining us in studio, we also have Miss Lisa Lombardi, our news specialist. Did we get any news this week, Lisa? Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, right on. No. Lisa was actually in a hurry to get to the studio. Thank you for joining us, and our esteemed guest, Mr. Joe Ramos, real estate broker and semi-retired, but still has a strong message, and that's knowledge and trust. And we were talking about that during the break as well as during the last segment.
Right.
Mr. Joe, I will let you continue on with what you were saying.
Okay.
In terms of you were talking about what was the missing link between
Okay, missing
real
link.
estate. Uh-huh.
Number one, trust and knowledge. To me, that's the missing link. And another thing is the personal touch. I don't know what happened to our industry. The personal touch is gone. You know that a lot of buyers go in to sign loan documents by themselves, especially first-time home buyers. Have you ever heard of buyer's remorse? You see, these first-time home buyers, all of them have buyer's remorse because this is what they get from the family or friends or neighbors. You pay too much for the house.
Oh yeah.
That's in a bad neighborhood. Your interest rate is too high. So they're thinking, did I make the right move? Right?
You mean you didn't get into one of those 0% down programs or the city grants? And
No. But here it is. The personal touch is gone because I see them go into escrow to sign loan documents by themselves. Okay? Where is the real estate agent? You know what I require?
he's already in
or
Vegas
spend his
spending
money.
his check.
Yeah, or the loan agent, right?
Yes. You know what I require? I'm there to hold my buyer's hand because they need me.
And that's one of the things that me and myself and Alex had talked about before.
Right.
You know that you actually when you start working with the client, you actually become more than just a real estate agent. You become their psychiatrist.
You do.
become
We make a
their-
joke. I said we need a couch and the notebook, right? So they sit there and
little
give you the
hourglass,
whole
you know.
dissertation on.
You know, a lot of the people used to come to me and tell me their personal problems.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it's scary too for a buyer to do that loan. I remember when I bought my first house. I mean, I gotta be honest with you. You're absolutely right. I almost got buyer's remorse.
yes.
And
You
that's
know?
the thing. That's the thing. You need to have that real estate agent to give you the extra push and the confidence that you
Hold
can
their
do
hand.
it. Exactly.
Right.
Hold their
That
hand.
you're doing the right choice, and you gotta. How better than to explain what's really going on?
Right.
Because a lot of people, they don't really understand what they're really getting into.
And that's what it boils down to is your knowledge as an agent. You're a licensed individual. You're
Right.
expected to be able to explain those things articulately so they understand and they're comfortable
exactly.
with
I mean,
with that
I've,
stuff.
I've caught in a lot of people that are in escrows with new agents. Not to bring a new agent down, but they ask them a question and they don't know how to answer it, and I go, well, why didn't you ask your real estate agent? He doesn't know.
But you know what? Correct me if I'm wrong, Joe. I mean, there's people in the business that have been in the business for 20 years, and there's people that have been in the business maybe 5 years. But the difference is sometimes are you a master at your craft?
Right.
And there's not, even though you've been in the business for a long time, a lot of people don't educate themselves.
Exactly. I rather have a real estate agent that's been in the business 2 years and is taking the classes to gain the knowledge, instead of having a real estate agent that's been in the business 25 years and doesn't know how to fill out the contract. That's what we have in our industry.
Absolutely.
Because when we take our tests for real estate, what do they teach you?
They tell you how to pass a
pass a
test.
How to
test.
memorize
Terms.
questions and
That's
answers.
Terms. Oh yeah.
Memorize
Vocabulary.
questions.
Word association.
Yeah.
They teach you the lingo that comes with real estate, all those fancy words that you use,
Okay.
that.
And it's a language of its own, really.
Now watch this. They pass the test. What do they know?
Absolutely
Nothing.
nothing.
Yeah, not much.
That's scary for the real estate
They,
agent.
they know how to explain an encroachment or one of those other
Not even that.
fancy
They
vocabulary
can
words.
tell you the word, but I don't know that
Those
they can
easements or,
explain it.
A pertinent. What is a pertinent? When
Attached
before
to.
before I got into real estate, I didn't know what a pertinent was. Did you?
You know what no, not at all. But you know what I ask agents all the time? Can you tell me what synergy is? and most of them say what? I don't know.
But Joe,
but-
I want
oh,
to
go
say
ahead,
something. No, Joe is so correct when it comes to a broker and a manager. Being a title rep, going out there, as for me, I really see who the brokers are out there and who the managers, and the ones that really care about the agent and want to educate them, and there is definitely a lot that really go out of their way to really educate their agents, but there's some that they're just kind of like, a lot of agents are lost.
Yeah, but Lisa, here's the thing though, is that don't you get on the other side? I think a lot of the brokers out there are willing to give that education. They're willing to spend the time and do these things. I actually had a broker here in Uptown Whittier that used to complain, hey, you know what? I had a class and only 2 of you showed up out of 35 agents.
Yeah.
And it's the willingness of the agent to want to get that education, right? So let's
so true.
let's pierce
So
that veil,
true.
Joe. What are we talking about in terms of knowledge? I mean, what does it take for an agent to become knowledgeable?
For them to go to classes like the RPA, disclosure classes, trust classes, conservatorship. I did a class today and I asked, how many of you have had a conservatorship sale? One real estate agent. And I asked, does everybody here know what it is? They don't. Okay? Probate. Matter of fact, that's what I teach.
Well, in terms of the conservatorship, I mean,
Yeah.
how easy would it be for me, say, to learn what a conservatorship sale is?
Very simple. You took my class, you learned what a limited probate is. Am I correct?
Yes.
A conservatorship is the same thing, but they call it a conservatorship because the person's still alive but cannot make decisions. Okay? So the court appoints a conservator for the conservatee and they make decisions. I had a conservator in Long Beach that used to feed me about 7-8 listings a year.
Wow. And that's just one client.
That's just one client.
Yeah.
That's just one client.
That's nice.
Okay? So
Where do we find one?
and Prop 60 and Prop 90, Prop 58, that's part of real estate. How many real estate agents know the difference between Prop 58 and Prop 193? That's part of real estate. That's what I mean by knowledge, because if you have that knowledge, I guarantee you're going to outdo the competition by that knowledge. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're selling your home and you want to downsize, right? You want to downsize. Well, the home that you're selling, your assessed value is $150. So your taxes are about $1,500, right? Round figures, $1,500. Now you're going to downsize to a $400,000 home, right? They're going to reassess that property to $400,000. So your taxes are going to be $4,000 and change. Am I correct?
Correct.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
they have a program. If the assessors, if you're 55 and over, you could transfer your assessed value to your new property. Instead of your new property taxes being $4,000, they will be approximately the same as the property you had, about $1,500. But watch what happens. You sell your house, you downsize, but the real estate agent that's representing you doesn't know Prop 60, okay? So you downsize and you go ahead, right? Okay? Your taxes are $4,000. You meet somebody, a real estate agent that's knowledgeable, and they'll ask you, did you use Prop 60? And you're gonna say, what in the world is Prop 60? Well, to qualify, you have to be 55 and over, and you have to buy in the same county, and you have to buy equal or less. And that way you could transfer your assessed value. And then you say, Joe, I was short 2 weeks of being 55 and we closed that transaction. You see, that real estate agent that did that didn't know about Prop 60. You know what I would have told him? I said, let's wait the 2 weeks. Let's wait the 2 weeks so you could get that Prop 60. So how many real estate agents know that? That's what I mean about knowledge, okay? Prop 58 is another one they should know. So all this I teach, you know, and I teach them how to use it to outdo the competition on a listing presentation, because who teaches knowledge out there? What instructor? You tell me, give me a name. They all talk about door knocking, right?
Motivation.
Phone calls,
Yeah.
right? But nobody teaches the real estate agents how to use knowledge to outdo the competition. And that's what's missing right now. And getting back, you asked me a question about other instructors, okay? There's instructors out there that are teaching the RPA, that are teaching probate, that are teaching all this. They don't even know what happens in probate, you know? So I tell the real estate agents, if you're gonna go to a seminar, find out what that instructor has done. How many probates, how many trusts, how many transactions have they done? Because I teach because I learned it.
Yeah, you did all those transactions.
Yes, I know it, and that's what I teach. So a lot of my real estate agents are really doing good in probates, okay? Not because they work hard. Yes, they do work hard, but the knowledge is getting them the listings. A listing presentation. Now, you know a lot of realtors, right?
Absolutely.
How many realtors have a listing presentation?
Oh my God, not very many. But I do have a few that actually have their own book.
Right.
And they do everything. Yes.
Okay. Keller Williams, Prudential, all these big offices have a book that they give their real estate agents on a listing presentation. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
We're coming up on a break, so just to let you guys know.
Okay. I'll tell you. They're all the same.
Yeah. But there is ones that I know that created their own book.
I know they create
Yeah,
their own book,
yeah.
like everybody else that creates their books, some of them. But let me tell you, did they go to a class to learn a listing presentation, or did they learn it from another real estate agent?
From another real estate
Okay.
agent.
So we all, as real estate agents, do the same listing presentation, right? Different personality. You might use a laptop. I use visual.
Excuse me there, Joe, for a second. We are coming up on a break.
Stay tuned. We'll be
Yes,
right back
well-
with some more real estate factories.
Looking for a delicious, fresh family meal that's ready when you are and easy on your budget? Welcome to Piara Pizza. We make our pizzas with handmade dough, 100% real cheese, and tomato sauce blended with our own spices. Nothing is ever frozen. We always have large pepperoni and cheese pizzas fresh and waiting for you for only $5. Or choose one of our specialty pizzas. We have veggie, meat lovers, supreme, and Hawaiian. Add an order of our amazing hot wings, cheesy bread, or breadsticks. Our locations are ultra modern, ultra clean, and open 7 days a week. Visit any one of our locations today, or check us out on the web at www.piarapizza.com. Piara Pizza. Fresh, hot and ready for you when you come in. Stop in for your Piara Pizza today.
ProTech Carpet Tile and Care provides professional cleaning services for carpet, tile, grout, upholstery, and fine area rugs.
ProTech technicians are professionally trained and certified cleaning and restoration experts.
We specialize in restoring damage caused by heavy soil and odor.
We can remove challenging spots such as coffee, tea, ink, gum, wine, and many more.
We have saved our customers thousands of dollars on new flooring and furniture expenses with our advanced cleaning processes.
Call for a free estimate at 562-447-4300 and visit us on our website, www.myprotectsite.com.
Hey, this is Joe Perez, owner at ProTech. Just reminding you that ProTech Carpet and Tile Care is your professional choice.
Hey, this is Phil from the Three Guys Rant. I'm the good-looking one, in case you're wondering. I'm coming to you today about 90 for Life.
There are lots of outdoor activities, but if you're unhealthy, you can't enjoy them. Well, that was us until we found the solution, 90 for Life.
What is 90 for life, you ask? Well, 90 is the number of essential nutrients your body needs every day to fight off disease.
So if you're sick of being sick, go to our website, the3guysrant.com, and click on the longevity link today for a better and healthier tomorrow. Looking for some swag? Make sure to check out monsterclothing.com. They got everything from V-necks, t-shirts, hoodies, baby dolls. And remember, custom orders are always welcome and much more. Start on the site, www.monsterclothingco.com, or call them at 888-49-MONSTER. 888-49-MONSTER. Hablamos español. Doo-doo-doo!
Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. We are back here at the Real Estate Rant, last segment of the hour. Here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network, I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, and to my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez. Thank you very much, sir. How are you?
That brought back a flashback. I thought I was at a ranch right now.
To my northwest here, Miss Lisa Lombardi from Chicago Title, joining us here once again as a co-host and giving us her esteemed opinion on the matter. In-house today, we have Mr. Joe Ramos, once again, trainer and motivational speaker for various real estate companies. And Joe was sharing with us a lot of missing links. If I can, just really quickly mention again, you can email us at realestaterantradio@gmail.com or give us a call at 855-693-4897. Mr. Alonso gave us a trivia question. And if we can read that question again, sir.
The question was, what does the abbreviation for PITI stand for?
And if you give us a call and within the next, I want to say 5 minutes. And what was her name again? What did you call her? Miss Gogo?
Jalissa, my daughter.
Miss Gogo? Is that what?
Oh yeah.
It was her birthday last week.
Yeah.
It was her birthday last week. So we
She
were
was
wishing
very
her
happy,
happy
Did
by
you
the
guys
way,
have
when
a
she
great
seen
time? Did
when
you?
she seen the show, she was, Dad, you put tears in my eyes. I go, wow, okay.
birthday.
It worked.
Lots of cake and ice cream, huh?
Yeah, it was fun.
So anyway, if you give us a call in the next 5 minutes, 855-693-4897, you can win one of those $25 gift cards to Stevens Steakhouse, located in the City of Commerce, compliments of Carlos Cruz and the Pico Rivera City of Commerce. What is the question again, Mr. Alonso?
What does the abbreviation of PITI stand for?
Okay, so if you give us a call at that number, we can answer that question. And I will turn the mic over again and the floor over to Mr. Ramos because, quite frankly, he has us all mesmerized here at the show.
I'll tell you, I don't mean, and I'm not saying that every real estate agent out there doesn't know what they're doing. You have your professional real estate agents, but I have to tell you the truth, very few. Very few. I would say maybe 10, 15, maybe 20% of the realtors are knowledgeable and professional. The other 80, I got to tell you something. When people ask me, how is real estate? I always say, I'm going to give you two answers. Okay? The knowledgeable real estate agent that works hard is doing fine. The other 80% of the real estate agents that complain it's too hot for me to go door knocking are hurting. So you do have your knowledgeable real estate agents out there working. And I could tell you the difference, what it is. Knowledge, okay? They like to work hard, and trust. If you have those ingredients, I guarantee you, you're going to get more transactions out there.
Hey, Joe, but I have to bring this up
Yeah,
just
go
because
ahead.
this is coming to mind. Because this is what I call the 80-20 rule.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to say that I really do think that that's not just prevalent. We have, real estate agents have cornered the market in the 80-20 rule.
Mhm.
I venture to say that exists in every industry.
Mhm.
Would I be true? Would I be right in
Absolutely.
saying that?
Regarding sales,
Regarding sales, it's an 80-20 rule. I mean, 80% of the guys are out there promising, making a bunch of false promises, and then they never come through. I think that's true about a lot of salesmen that come and approach me, whether it be loan agents, title reps, escrow companies, termite companies, appraisers. I mean, it doesn't. All these individuals are looking at me like a target. Licensed contractors. I have a target on my back to these individuals, but man, I give them a try, and sometimes I don't hear back from them for like 3 weeks.
there you go.
You know, so
Follow up.
So in terms of what we're talking about, it's not just real estate agents. I mean,
It's
it's
everything.
everyone else in the industry. It's
Yeah.
what I call the 80-20
Yeah,
rule.
The 80-20 rule. I mean, well, where do you want to be? Do you want to be in the 80 or the top 20?
But Joe, you know, you're very passionate at what you do, and you can see that. You're very passionate, and not only that, you really do care about the consumer.
I do.
And I think
And the real estate agents.
no, and the real estate agents, absolutely. And you care a lot, and you can see that by, hearing you right now. And I think that there are some real estate agents or people in the business like myself, being a title or loan officer or escrow, that, you know what, I do have passion at what I do. And I think that, either you're, of course we all need to make a living, but I think at the same time is that you can't so much do it for the money, because the money will come. I think that you have to really be passionate what you do and really care.
Oh, you touch my tra-la-la. My ding-ding-dong.
Real estate agents knocking my door. This is what they tell me. Hi, my name is Joe Ramos. Just stopped by to see if you ever thought of selling your home. No. Do you know anybody that's thinking of selling in the area? No. If you had to move, where would you move next? Rose Hills. And they get all messed up. They're trying to memorize a script. This is what I teach my real estate agents. Send a letter out to your farm area with your picture, not your high school picture.
Yeah, really.
So you know what I mean?
Because then they don't recognize you. Huh?
It happens in a lot in our industry, right?
Yeah.
You get a beautiful real estate agent, and then people call it, and then they show up at your door, and wait a minute, this is not you.
Right.
Is that your daughter or something?
I say I'm going to be stopping by to introduce myself in person and let you know about the real estate services we have to offer the homeowners in this area. Don't forget, in today's market, you got to be better and different than the competition. So I knock on the door. I hope they answer. If they do, I says, hi, my name is Joe Ramos. Did you receive my letter? Some will say no. I have a copy here for you. Like I say in my letter, I'm here to introduce myself in person. I say a little bit about myself and let you know about the real estate services we have to offer the homeowners in this area. One of them is, you've been here living in this house 3 years and you don't have a homeowner's exemption. You know what they tell me? What is a homeowner's exemption? Then I explain to them, when you bought your home, your assessed value was $200,000. If you apply for the homeowner's exemption, they deduct $7,000. So now your assessed value is going to be $193, and they ask me, how much does it cost? For you as a homeowner? Nothing.
Yeah,
I
nothing.
have the application here. But you know what? You just met me. Am I correct? Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes. You don't trust me yet, right?
Right.
I don't trust you either. And you know what? I want them to laugh. Because when they laugh,
You broke the ice.
I broke the ice, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I tell them, if you're interested, please do me a favor. Call the tax assessor's office. Here's the phone number. Can I call you Thursday night? Yeah. Do you have an email? Do you want me to email? They give me the phone number and the email. Oh, another thing that I do for the consumer in this area is I'm a notary for the state of California. If anybody needs a notary here, I don't charge them in this area. Because look, how many people do you think are going to call me a month that they need a notary? Maybe one or two, maybe three, right?
That's actually pretty good little shtick, huh?
Yeah. And
That's
I
a
make
good
the
little
appointment
shtick.
at their house. Why do I make the appointment at their house? Because I want to see their home. What can we talk besides real estate that we could build rapport?
Well, they probably got some sports stuff up
Yeah,
and
sports stuff.
picture
I
of
know
their
sports.
kids. Pictures of kids,
Okay,
yeah.
how about a piano? I was a music major. Alrighty? I know music. And I'll tell you, hey, who plays the piano? Oh, my son. How long has he been playing? You see, we're talking about something we have in common, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm trying to build your trust and I'm trying to build rapport with you. And the only way I could do it is getting inside that house. So how can I get inside? I offer a free notary. And watch what happens. Somebody calls me, they want me to notarize documentations, and there's a note and deed of trust, and they're buying investment property. What does that tell me right away?
They're investors.
Okay. So you have
They
a
got
lead
money.
there, right?
Right.
So
Time,
you
time for a
see,
shot of tequila, right? Here.
is that better? Because you know what? Like a title rep, you got to serve before you get.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
How about this? Do real estate agents have to serve their farm area to get?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I helped this couple get a homeowner's exemption. Have I earned the right to ask them if they're
For
thinking of
referral?
selling?
Or
Have
a
I
referral?
earned the right to ask them if they know anybody that's thinking of selling? Yes.
Absolutely.
Real estate agents don't do that.
Not
Just
only
ask,
not
ask,
only
ask.
that,
Yeah,
it's gonna
if-
leave a good taste in their mouth, and
They-
they're gonna say they're gonna recommend you before anyone else. Call this guy; he knows what he's doing.
Yes.
Yeah, and actually, that's what you mean by gaining their trust. Is that now they've opened their mouth and given you pretty much a referral.
Yes.
Yeah, and so we've pierced that veil, if you will, of the difference between
They
people
let
just
down their guard.
just not knowing who you are versus being trusted now as an agent.
Now they trust me because I got them the homeowner's exemption. Do you know there's a disabled veterans exemption for $150,000? So if your assessed value is $200,000 and you qualify as a veteran, okay, that's knowledge.
So
Okay,
now you're only paying 50,000, huh?
There you go. And what if the veteran dies? Well, you know what? If the wife doesn't remarry, she also qualifies for it. Now, how many realtors know that?
Not too many. I
Yeah,
didn't know
not
that
too many.
myself.
I didn't know that, and my stepdad's a vet.
That's what I teach.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power. I know knowledge is nothing without action. But I'm assuming that real estate agents, if they have the knowledge, they're going to go out there and sell that knowledge.
That's where the work ethic comes in.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, we certainly endorse that here on the Real Estate Rant Show, Joe. We endorse knowledge and power.
I know you do.
In terms of, we had Ruben Matahan the other day, and man, he very energetic show, and obviously trust. One of our mottos here on the show is to ensure the public trust, and that's what we're trying to pierce that veil between the difference between not really knowing somebody and having them actually trust us now to empower us to allow us to do their transaction, right?
go.
And we talked a little bit earlier about the difference between an agent's position, and what was the word I used? We're down on 10 seconds. I apologize. We're coming up on the end of the show. Mr. Joe, thank you for joining us on the show. Oh, the flyer. Mr. Joe's doing a class.
Yes.
Starting November the 7th. Call me if you're interested, and we'll teach you everything about probates, trust, and conservatorships.
Yes,
and there's business out there.
You can reach Joe on the flyer that was up earlier at that phone number. It's 310-701-3520, or you can go to Joe Ramos's website at joeramos.com. Thank you for joining us. Coming up next at 5 o'clock today, it's the Three Guys Rant here on the Rant Radio Network, and we'll see you next week here at the Real Estate Rant, same time, same place.
A la misma hora y al mismo tiempo. Thanks for tuning in to Real Estate Rant Radio. Make sure to join us every Wednesday at 10 a.m. on the Rant Radio Network, where we talk about solutions to your real estate problems. The views and opinions expressed by the host or any guest on this show are encouraged to be followed up by a professional tax advisor or attorney, as we are not qualified or authorized to give advice in two areas: legal matters and tax matters.